Alright, hey everyone, I'm Mr. Smilez here from JSC Media. Thank you so much for tuning in to Smile TV. And I'm here with one and only J. Jeffrey. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Howdy, J. Jeffrey Saltonstall, just a local pen and paper artist, draw monsters and other creepy crap.
Alright, sounds good. Well, I was taking a look inside there, just met the gentleman today. And you got some pretty interesting concepts in there. What predominantly do you like to classify your art as?
Well, kind of hard to do. I'd say pretty much just line artwork. I've always liked concept artwork for video games and movies and all that. I actually have a little bit of a hard time with color. I'm slightly colorblind, so that's always been an issue with me. There's lots of black and white in my repertoire, and I like to believe that I wanted to see other people color my work. So I'd pretty much say coloring book, line art, and monsters.
Nice. What kid doesn't like monsters, right?
Truly.
Yeah. Okay, I saw that you had a little comic book, not comic book, well, comic book. Yeah, let's roll with that. So you had a little bit of a demo book inside of for coloring and everything. So when do you think that's actually going to be pushed out and everything?
Well, we've run into some, obviously just normal complications with size and all that. I'd probably give it another maybe month or so. We're mainly just trying to figure out what people like for sizes and how big each of the images is going to be. Trying to get a good paper. Some people want to do ink, watercolor, make sure the paper can hold those kind of things. But
okay.
More or less, playing it by ear. But it should be fairly soon.
Nice. Well, I can't wait for that because I saw your art in there. As you know, I'm kind of a goofy-looking guy. I'm really fascinated with the type of details you were putting into it. It feels like you go over it in just one go. Do you just tack it out in one go, or do you actually have to trace or anything?
Actually, yeah, they're all freehand. The majority of them started, I'd hurt myself, I slipped and hurt my neck, and I had some problems with the left side of my body. And after a while, I started to get some numbness, so as a physical therapy, I would draw a monster a day. Freehand, I would just draw it as quickly as possible and make sure it would get done that day. Did it over and over and over again, and I got kind of good at it. Some people suggested that I should turn it into a coloring book, and that's sort of what's going on. But yeah, they're all freehand. They're all just one go, same pen, same paper.
Oh, nice. And you don't use anything special, you just use standard material that you can get from any store?
Yep, you just go buy sketchbooks at any retail store, and it's just a pilot pen's what I use.
Nice. Well, you know what? I really appreciate that because it's kind of down to earth. Like, this is like anyone could do this. Well, practice makes perfect. But it's kind of cool, seeing all your stuff in there. And there's a lot of different styles in there. You actually don't really have, you don't stick to one style of monster. It's all like, oh, this one is kind of twisted a little bit. There's a little bit of nudity ones in there. That one was funny. I loved it. And I'm not going to lie, that's probably my favorite.
Tickled you.
Yeah, it tickled me very much so. I'm a very ticklish guy. Anywho, so, you've been doing this for a little while. What made you, I hate my life. Okay. So far, you've been doing this for a little while. Did you expect it to end up this way? Like the fact that you're actually going to pursue it a little bit?
Not really. I always drew just because it was easy for me. I mean, not everything. I do have my limitations. I stick to creatures because I sort of, like the abstract and the imagination part of it. But, I've been drawing since I was about 2 years old and just kind of did whatever came to mind. And until recently, I didn't really push my artwork out there. I never posted any images online or really spoke about it. And then I started to do this monster a day thing with the sketchbook, and it just sort of caught wind with a lot of my friends. And a lot of them I know some people that own print shops, some musicians. There's some local bands that I'm actually going to work on some album art for, and stickers and shirts and stuff. And it's all basically because I finally just ballsed up and put the stuff online.
Was that a very difficult process to get started, or is it just came naturally?
Well, there's always the basic complications of making sure your art's concise, knowing who to talk to. Since I wasn't really in the scene and didn't really take any time to do it, I sort of missed out on some opportunities. But I'd say a lot of the work is mainly just me having to open my eyes and realize who to talk to, where to go, what's the best way to market the whole thing. And so yeah, I didn't expect it to come this way, but I'm expecting it to go further.
Alrighty then, sweetness. Well, I also noticed when you're in there, there's a lot of them have a different style. A lot of them they have the same consistency and everything. Yeah. And there's a lot of them that have different variants and everything. Do you put any emotion into it, or do they just you just draw it out, or is there some of them mean something to you, like you felt something that day and you wrote it in there? Is there anything like that going on?
No, it kind of was day to day. A lot of the monsters started out as I'd wake up in the morning knowing I had to draw something, and I would just kind of walk around for a little bit and float in my head and think to myself, what's something that's original? I try to think of monsters that haven't really been done. I didn't want to draw something that looked like a xenomorph from Alien, or just like a dinosaur with a hat on or something. But you know, so a lot of them started out as actually abstract shapes on paper. I would draw like a couple circles and like a line here, and then I would sort of think about what the rest of it would go. But yeah, there are quite a few of them that just kind of came out, and the reason for the different styles is because I wanted to make sure I actually didn't want them all to look like they came out of the same thing. A couple of them are concepts from things that I started writing. I'm interested in making video game stories as well.
Oh, yes.
And a few of them are like enemy concepts, boss concepts, some things like that. So yeah, I mean, they're very different because not all of them are from the same idea. A few of them have some deeper meaning to it. A lot of it's in the names, which I originally never was going to do. They were just Monster 1, Monster 2, Monster 3. And so I made a new couple websites, a couple profiles online, and I figured, well, I don't want to name them just Monster 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. So I ended up just trying to think of some names that were also, kind of unique, something that, wouldn't just call it like the Slicer or the, Mm-hmm. So I gave them some sort of weird, quirky names, and I think that sort of makes them a little bit more attached.
Give them a little more personality, more of an attitude in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's actually really nice to see that. Well, first I just drew them. And then people started liking them, so I thought, I'll put them out there. Okay, that's cool. Then they're like, well, what's the name of it? And I never really thought about it before. But I don't want to just call it Monster 3. Well, you know what? We'll call this one Bulbicide or something like that.
I'll remember that.
You're going to remember that?
Yes,
all right. If he uses it, I will love you. But anywho, it's really cool to see that not only did you create a creature, you're actually giving a personality. It's kind of like looking at like your children in a way. In a very morbid way. Actually, in a very nice way if you're an Addams Family fan like I am. Exactly. Give me a call. I wouldn't mind being the retarded step-cousin. But yeah, so obviously, there's a lot of art going on today. We're at the Underground Rock Shop. The Technicolor presents. Okay, there's a lot of potential artists in there. In my opinion, there's some variants of very good styles and energy in the room. What is your opinion on art? Like, what would you like to describe art as?
That's a pretty big question there. I don't know. I mean, as a basic concept, art is anything you truly want it to be. I mean, if I have my own opinions about certain pieces, but if you want to, if your thing is painting a canvas or painting a bowl one color and painting seven things, that's fine. That's what your art is. Mm-hmm. I just think that you can't just. You have to care about what you're putting out first and foremost, rather than what the whole idea is. If you don't like your art, it doesn't matter what you're putting out. Because if you don't like it, it's going to communicate unconsciously or subconsciously through your work. And that's a couple of monsters that I drew. I personally don't care for. And it made me change my mind a little bit because I'd show them to people and I'd say, oh yeah, this is okay. Like, wow, this is really good. Like, thank you. But, I don't like it, but. Truly, art's anything that if you're gonna put some time, gonna put some heart, gonna put some effort, and just really whatever you want it to be, as long as it ends up being something that's original, something that's close to you, and something you put some time and love into.
Well, I 100% agree. It's what you want to make it. What you make of it, sorry. No alcohol anymore.
Nah.
All right, so what time?
1 minute.
1 minute to what?
10 minutes on this.
All right, no problem. Okay, that being said, I'm going to try and bring this to 10. Okay, what do you expect to see from your artwork in the future? Do you expect anything out of it? Like, what do you want to see your artwork become?
Well, like I said, I do have interest in concepts. I have interest in pretty much single stuff. I'm not a huge fan of series, to personally put them out myself. There's a couple things that I'm trying on, but essentially I'm thinking about making just another series of my creatures, because I tend to specialize personally in drawing like one thing. I'll draw one monster one time, and I'm just like, cool, that's good. And with that said, I'm actually working on a second volume of the monster book as we speak. I've got a couple other drawings in there, but really I just like to make sure that I perfect some of my techniques, make sure that I kind of branch out. Like I said, I draw monsters. I'm not super good at some traditional artworks, but hopefully I'll branch out. And maybe I'm kind of going in reverse. I learned the basics second and the specifics first.
Nice. Well, that's pretty. Well, you gotta learn somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? It was very much a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much for being here.
As well.
All right. I like his stuff. It's pretty good. All right. Sorry. J. Jeffrey. All right, that was J. Jeffrey. If you want to hear more from them, feel free to check the description below. And thank you once again for being here. I really appreciate it. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. And just remember, smile, I'm watching.